Um, going to Hawaii presents, a challenge on a lot of different levels. This will be my third time coaching a game over there. Obviously, for a lot of reasons, it's a different kind of trip. But more than that challenge is what I look at from their team, from past experience. They are a totally different team at home than they are on the road. And I've watched each game, and they open up against USC at USC. They get beat. They come home, they beat Lamar significantly. And then you put the Nevada game on, which is the next game at home. They play really well. Now, Nevada comes on, beats them down as the game goes on, but Nevada's going to do that to a lot of teams. They had about 380 yards, I think, offense, Hawaii, in that game at home. Then they go on the road, BYU and San Diego State. But the point I'm making, we all know the challenge. First of all, going over there, we also know they're a different type of team at home than they are on the road. Their fans really do create a heck of an atmosphere. When it starts going good for Hawaii in their own stadium, it really starts rolling on you. So that's something we have to prepare for. The other thing, I think, for the first time this year, from a schematic standpoint, you never know how teams are going to play you defensively, but when you look at Hawaii, they are a 70% man team. Of those 70% of times they're in man, I mean, it's 5- and 6-man pressure, and they're coming after you. So it won't be what I think we've seen the start of the season, where teams are playing a lot of zone. They're playing a lot of read concept up front. This is a team that will attack the line of scrimmage, and they will play man-to-man coverage all over the field. And I'm really anxious to see how this all plays out because it'll be interesting to see. But their philosophy is to crowd the line, it's to attack, it's to send linebackers, and it's to cause havoc. And we haven't seen that. So that is going to be a big, big test for us. So going over there, provides a lot of challenges for us. But if you really, you get tired of hearing me saying, but if you narrow the focus, it really is still about us. We can't control what they do. We can't control where the game's played. All we can control is our improvement and how we improve. And that's where we are. So, looking forward to it. I think things are positive right now. We took some significant hits last week. We lost Jamal Merritt for the season. Deshaun Mills potentially could be out for an extended period of time. I mean, that's two defensive backs that started last week. Jamal Merritt started 3 games in a row. Deshaun Mills has started the whole season. And we're thin to begin with. So, we've got some continued challenges to deal with. I think the attitude's really good, and that's the most positive thing right now. So, guys, any questions?
Aside from the on-the-field issues you discussed with Hawaii, how they're totally different, does traveling over there, any external factors concern you making a trip like that?
I don't think so. That's one thing, traveling so much with ESPN. I went every week from Scottsdale to the East Coast. I did the last time I was in Hawaii, I did a USC Hawaii game on a Thursday night, and then that Sunday I did an SMU Texas Tech game in Lubbock. Now, I wasn't playing, but crossing the time zones and doing all those things to me is a little bit overrated. I only speak for myself. I don't think it's that big of an issue, quite honestly. And, we're really, the old cliche, it's a business trip. I told the guys last night, we had a meeting right up here. We didn't practice, but we had a team meal at 6:30. And I said, I'm apologizing to you right off the bat. This is totally a business trip. Totally a business trip, And if we have to get some pictures of the beach and pictures of some bikinis and the beautiful surroundings, we'll put them in their room over there and let them look in the room. And but it really is that, it really is. And You know, I'm not one to, you know, let them go down to the beach for a couple hours or let them try to snorkel for a couple hours. I mean, this is all about us trying to find a way to win the fourth game of the year, totally. You know, so that's what it is.
So how will Friday be filmed? If you get over there mid-evening Thursday, how will you film?
Yeah, you know, I think the thing I've always seen is, you know, you bounce up Friday morning and you feel so good because it's a lot later for you back here on your time zone. But what we're going to do is treat it really like a normal Friday. You know, the fact we didn't practice Sunday or Monday, we get these players, there's no school here Thursday or Friday. So we get them Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. And we have them from Thursday morning at 9 o'clock until we get back off that plane when we land Sunday morning. And we'll use every minute of that time to try to get better as a football team because we are behind because we haven't been together. And that's one thing looking back, you know, and it's probably sounds funny to you guys, but, you know, playing at Texas, playing at Texas Tech, playing at New Mexico State, and being with that team Friday night, all day Saturday, I think that helps you in the end. The point is, we're not going to practice over there Friday. We don't practice on Friday anyhow, but we'll do all of our meetings. We'll take them by the stadium. We're thinking about maybe taking them out to lunch somewhere at a nice place just to break up the day. But, you know, it's just like we're in Albuquerque, except they don't have classes, which I think is a positive thing. So rest, football, you know, focus on the game. You know, and it's a little different. We play the game at 6 o'clock, which I think is 10 o'clock here. You know, I talked to my dad last night. You know, he's 89 and in assisted living. He's trying to find a way to watch it. That's midnight in Pittsburgh. So I said, Dad, I don't think, you know. He says, was it going to be on, is it on ESPN? Is it on ABC? I said, well, it's on a route. I said, now you got to figure out a way, you know, so, but it's a little different. It's 6, you know, it's 6 o'clock there. It's 10 o'clock here, I guess, 12 o'clock on the East Coast. But, you know, where we are, all the meeting time, all the walkthrough time that we can get, we get. Yeah.
Coach, how do you explain the commitment to you, to each other, and wanting to get better with every step they take?
You know, I think winning, you know, winning the first game was big, quite honestly. You know, we feel good about, you know, the way we've talked to them about what our plan is, and we feel good that the players have done what we've asked. But we all know you need to win to really to get everybody to buy in. And I think the fact that we've been able to win a little bit shows them that it's worth the unselfishness that it takes to follow the plan that we're asking them to follow. You know, let's be honest. If you're Ty Kirk and Quintel Solomon and Lamar Thomas and maybe BR who wants to throw the football, but those receivers, and you throw 3 passes, you better win the game. Or those players better see that that plan's giving you a chance to win. And I think we've done a good job of being just dead honest and saying, guys, here's what we need to do to win right now. And if we can win, there's enough in it for all of you without your individual needs being met. So, you know, that's what I think it is. But you better win. You better win because, you know, that's what this always has been and always will be. And that's why it's important, yeah.
How important is grass coach with the time travel and the change in time frame?
You know, we're going to try to keep them off their feet and do it like we normally would. That's why I'm not big into the sightseeing and going to different places, although there are some spectacular places to see. I just don't like that because the cumulative effect of going, touring, getting on the bus, getting off the bus, I'm more just, you know, get back to that room and get ready to play.
You plan on throwing the ball more since you've only thrown it 4 times last
We
year?
talked about if we don't throw the ball 45 times in this game, we're going to be disappointed. No, we don't throw it in practice that much, let alone the game. No, they will force us to throw the ball more. I really believe that. You know, they will come up there man-to-man, pressed on us. They'll have more people in the box, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. I am. I think we've got some good receivers. I think we've practiced the throwing game a lot. We've played a lot of man-to-man against our offense in camp. So yeah, I mean, they're gonna probably force us to throw the ball. You never know how it turns out, but I'm kind of anxious to watch us. I think we're capable of throwing the football. I really do.
Coach, what do you think is the biggest turnaround? You've already won 3 games. That's as many games Lobos have won in the past 3 years before you became the coach.
What's the biggest? I don't know. You know, that's something you guys could probably judge better than me. You know, we're trying to win games based on the guys we have doing what our system allows them to do. You know, our system's going to be our system. So on offense, that's in. Right now, we have to run it more than we throw it, just based on some different factors. On defense, our system's kind of in, but we've not been able to play any man-to-man, which I've been a 70% man-to-man guy in the past. So what we're doing is piecemealing together a way to try to just win games right now, but instilling what our identity is and what our philosophy is, you know, and just piecemealing it together and trying to make it fit. But I think the biggest thing for us is at least we are something. At least there's an identity there. Maybe it's a little over the top right now because we run it so much. Maybe it's a little over the top because we're all kind of zone defense. But at least our identity is what our identity is. And it comes back to outwork, out-hit, out-discipline. And I think we are that. Outwork, out-hit, out-discipline. At least we're starting the process of getting that done.
Hey, the offensive line, I mean, they've really seemed like they've responded to the ground and pound mentality that you've been trying to instill here.
I'm impressed with them. You know, people forget we have a true freshman starting at offensive guard that weighs right at 270 pounds, Garrett Adcock. True freshman, no spring practice. We have another guard, Lamar, who is about right at 270, not the biggest guy. You know, we have a tall, thin center that's athletic. We have 2 tackles that haven't played a lot of football around here, and we're extremely thin. But they have, and I talked about this a couple weeks ago, I think, off the field is even more amazing than on the field, what they have done. Not that they don't make mistakes, and they couldn't make a mistake tomorrow, but off the field it's been really impressive from where they were to where they are now, and I think it all really started with that. But our offensive line has been fun to watch. I do think they're getting better, and they deserve a lot of credit. I mean, they really do.
Especially in light of losing Jamal Merritt. How important and how good is it to have Freddie and Matt Raymer back?
Yeah, we're kind of back to where we started, you know, with Matt Raymer and Freddie, who started the first game of the year, 2 New Mexico guys. You know, Matt Raymer was a walk-on. He told me before the game he was 80% Saturday. But what happened when Jamal went down, we went with that 80%, and he played pretty darn good. So it's really important that Jamal and Freddie are back. Again, you know, the depth behind them. You know, now it's Dante Caro and Brandon Branch. You know, and then so I mean, we are what we are there. You know, we have 4 safeties, and we hope Raymer and Freddie, who have been injured, you know, can stay healthy. And it's thin.
Coach, what is it about Polgauchi's inability or ability to throw the football? What does he literally need to develop before you say go throw?
Yeah, you know what? It's well, first of all, it's the problem gets compounded a little bit because we don't have him throw it much in the game. But the problem is he thinks a lot when he throws, and he kind of drops the ball down, and it takes him a little while to get it going when he has time to think about it. He throws a little bit better when he just reacts and throws it. You know, so you know, that's what it is. I mean, he needs to improve mechanically, but it's hard to improve if you don't get to throw in the game. You know, but we're caught in that deal of, you know, do we let him throw, and what if something bad happens and we live with it? Or do we just keep doing what we're doing and try to piecemeal it together with BR in there throwing it, and Cole doesn't throw? He's a young guy. It's a freshman that we probably really shouldn't even be talking about right now, truthfully. He should be working out all these things on that practice field. But it's an issue because he's playing so much, and it's fair. You know, he's got the bullseye on him right now because everybody says, why doesn't Cole throw better? So that kind of compounds it. And all that should be happening just with our coaches out here with nobody in this whole community knowing about it, right? He should be out there practicing, and nobody's even talking about him yet.
And he's saving it for a big moment. He's going to throw a 70-yard bomb.
You got it.
Shock everybody.
You've got it, man. That's what I said. We're gonna throw it 40 times with Cole this week. We haven't unwrapped that present yet. We got that present sitting there, and we've been decoying.
Coach, you mentioned your team's identity to run the ball. It's been impressive, running for over 500 yards and completing one pass in the last 6 halves. It's like the opponent knows you're going to run the ball. You talked about your receivers, Lamar and Quintel. How about their importance? You also talked about the offensive line. How about their importance in buying in the blocking?
That's it. You hit the nail on the head. Those guys are very unselfish. And, to see Quintel Solomon come on and become that, we had he wouldn't mind me telling you this. I had him in my office in the spring, and we had some knockdown dragouts over a couple issues, not football related. But to see Quintel Solomon come on and catch the pitch and run for 30 yards last week, make some blocks, and something you guys wouldn't notice, but late in the game against Texas State, we sacked the quarterback. And on our sidelines, you see Quintel Solomon and Ty Kirk just jumping up and down and cheering, and you see those guys after the game. And I made note of that last night. I take it off the video and show that. Those guys buying in and being unselfish that are seniors and haven't had a chance to catch the ball, that means a lot to me. And I talk about those things in the chemistry of our team. Blocking's part of it. Cheering when they're not on the field, and that's the biggest thing that we'd probably say we're most proud of. But again, you need to win. You need to win so they all see that it works. If it's not working and they don't see any progress, now you get, Coach, we need to throw the ball. Coach, why am I not? But if you win, everybody feels good about it. And that's why it's so important to keep making progress.
Coach, what about the defense? I mean, there's been plenty of momentum, especially the last 6 quarters.
Got a little bit better. I told our guys the second half against Texas State was the first time this year that you actually look forward to the defense being out there. Where you said, you know what, even though Crusoe fumbled the ball, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing our defense go back. Even though we had the pass interference penalty or the penalty on Ugo, we had some silly penalties Saturday that were unacceptable. But the point is, you didn't mind seeing something happen where our defense had to stay out there and play. And to me, that says it all. Where you finally felt like there were some guys that were going to make some plays, they were getting some confidence, and you look forward to watch them play. Up until now, it's been, please offense, keep the ball. Please kick off team, force a fumble. But when we can get to where you look forward to seeing our defense out there, then we'll start to have something. And you kind of felt that for the first time. I did. Okay, got it.
Is it easier for you now that it's so unusual to bring up one quarterback in and the other quarterback in, and you never know? Like, I know out in the crowd, you can hear everybody saying, "Who's in there? Who's in there?" Is it now easier after all these games that now you can fit them in when you need to?
Yeah, we've got it fit pretty good. Like, we'll call 11 Cole, like 11's the personnel Cole, 11 BR. We signal it now as part of our formation. 12 Cole, 12 BR, 22 Cole. We just put a quarterback tag on there to say who's in the game. Yeah, so it's not like, where's Cole? Let's get when Bob the Best calls down the play, it's 22 Cole. Cole goes in. It's amazing that you have to do that. And I never liked that. But that's just what it is. I know the quarterbacks don't love it, but that's what we are.
Coach, I keep hearing people say that you're going to have to eventually pass the ball, but Texas State knew that, and we ran it 53 straight times. Can you run it even if they stack the box?
I hope so. I mean, we've been able to. And that's the threat of, the option. Let's face it, when you play Air Force, Air Force is going to run the ball. Stop it. It's hard. It's hard. Schematically, formations, technique, it's hard because of the third element. The triple option is hard. That's why we're in it. Our defense go out there today and know our offense is going to run it. Let's stop it. It's hard, particularly when you have some good tailbacks like we do that can find a crease. And, and once we get the personnel to totally fit it, it'll be really hard. So, right now we're a triple option team. We're not going to be a triple option team forever. We're going to have elements of it. We will become balanced here. It's just right now that gives us our best chance to win. But, it's It's a read offense where regardless of what that guy does, you're going to read him. And over time, they break down because they can't execute long enough. You know, now Hawaii will be different because Hawaii will just force the action. They'll just be up the field forcing it, and the tempo changes a little bit. But, you know, obviously not everybody's trying to get up in the field and take, because there's some liabilities with that as well. You know, New Mexico State's a big man-to-man team. They didn't play one down a man-to-man in our game. You know, it's a pretty good scheme.
It's the wrong gap.
Well, you know, but they're going to make some plays too. But to answer your question, even though you know we're going to run it, you know, there's some different ways to run it. It's some pretty good schematic things going on in there that look pretty simple from the stands. You know, that's.
Coach, they've given up almost 1,000 yards in rushing the last 2 games. You talked about throwing a little bit. If they can't force you into throwing, you guys.
That's right. Exactly.
You guys just going to keep running. If you're having a lot of success running, you just keep running, or you take some throws just to do it.
You know, if you've noticed in the early part of the games, we've come out and tried to throw it a little bit just to be balanced. But once you settle into what you can do, that's what you do. You know, that's what you do. So, yeah, I mean, that's what the game is. Okay, guys? Appreciate it, guys.